Will you accept the results of this election if Trump were to lose?
I don't think he can lose. I don't see any way that he can lose. You know, the guy that he's running against is literally shitting himself on stages and being escorted off by his wife. He's like a robot almost.
Do you have any problems with Trump's recent cognitive decline at all? Is that bothering you? Forgetting names, rambling, telling stories?
You think Trump's doing that?
Well, he has forgotten names, and he's been rambling, going off prompter a lot lately. That's why I asked.
I think if you're talking about Trump forgetting shit, you got to look at the other guy.
I'm not asking about it. I'm just saying, are you worried about?
You are asking that.
No, you already said it about Biden. I'm asking about Trump.
Clean shade, that Mayor. You're talking clean shade. One listen.
I don't think he's forgetting. I think Trump knows exactly what he's talking about.
That's all.
The other guy is sleeping and shitting himself, and it seems like you're that side from what just talking to you.
That I'm what?
It seems like you're on the...
I'm on no side. I'm just trying to get what people's vibes are.
I can guarantee you're not voting for Trump by just talking to you right now.
When you can't accept factual events that don't support your political hero, you have to get an assist from your buddy to bail on it. We've got pudding soft tough guys, Christians that don't know what Christianity is, on this watch list.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, the congresswoman from Georgia, said that Trump is as close to Jesus as anyone she's seen, that he is like, but he's being treated like Jesus. He's being treated because they're persecuting him. What do you think of that?
I think that's a fair statement. I mean, Jesus was wrongly crucified. He was like Trump. He was a fighter. He was an evangelizer, and the people back in that time and the politics of that time just wanted him out. So they got rid of him.
There's this requirement for MAGA supporters that they just have to agree with what every other radical MAGA member says if it makes Trump look better. It seems like that guy doesn't actually think Trump is like Jesus, but he can't be caught saying that he doesn't in front of the rest of the flock. He just feels forced to create some BS narrative that supports it.
So you're wearing a Jesus is my savior, Trump is my president. Louisiana now putting the Ten Commandments up in classrooms there. It was mandated, signed into law by Governor Jeff Landry. How do you feel about that?
I have no issue with that. It's a separation of church and state, which is the state should not endorse a religion, not that you should have no access to religion.
Right, I'm not even arguing. I'm just trying to get a sense of what people think. Would you imagine, I'm not a Muslim, but if I was a Muslim kid in school in Louisiana and the Ten Commandments were up there and I worship a different God, it would give me...
They don't worship a different God. Allah is our God. It's the same God.
It's the same God
It's the same God, right? Jesus is a prophet in Islam. He's not a different religion. It's the same God.
Okay, so you don't see any difference between Allah and Jesus?
No, I said in Islam, Jesus is a prophet in Islam. He's not the son of God like they do in Christianity, right? But Allah is the same God that we follow.
Nothing about how posting the Ten Commandments and therefore forcing the teachings from the Bible on Muslim and really any other student doesn't violate their rights. If it doesn't affect them negatively, they just don't care. Similarly, if you're a criminal, the system needs to lay off. But at the same time, it needs to come down hard on anyone else that MAGA thinks is lawless.
What would you like to see Trump do on his first day in office?
Pardon me.
You said you want him to pardon you. What would he have to pardon you for, if you don't mind talking about it?
January 6th.
Were you at the Capitol on January 6th?
Yes.
And what do you feel that's a motivating factor for your support?
Oh, no, because I got screwed like he got screwed. So I know how corrupt the system is. I was wrongfully sentenced, and there's proof of that.
When does your sentence, when does it begin?
I already did my sentence. I already did everything, yes.
Yeah. Do you have regrets about January 6th?
I didn't do anything wrong. I walked through what the cop showed me. That's why I didn't charge me with trespassing, because I walked through what the cop showed me.
And so you don't have, do you feel like the former president's responsible at all for what happened that day?
Trump? Yeah. No, not at all. Capitol Police are responsible.
Way to back the blue. So let's see. You're surrounded by people chanting about hanging Mike Pence and murdering Nancy Pelosi. But when you claim that the Capitol Police escorted you into the building, did you get confused about what the rest of your buddies were up to that day? Did he think about rolling with an angry mob of people on the day the election was supposed to be certified to be the normal protocol for taking a tour of the Capitol? But he wants a pardon because the guy that told him to go take your country back is promising to do it so that MAGA's aggression towards the country that you wear the flag of won't be on record.
Trump has said he's going to pardon January 6th,
Yes.
The convicted felons there. How do you feel about that?
I feel that should happen the day that he takes office.
So you weren't offended by January 6th?
No, not at all. I don't feel it was properly represented in the media correctly. No, I do not. I do not feel that he did anything. If anything, he took and said, do not.
As usual, no actual reason for the pardons. The media misrepresented what happened. No part of the media coverage included AI images of MAGA foot soldiers vandalizing the building and threatening murder. Even if the narrative is true that Trump told them not to attack, they still did. The hope to undo what they did is just another example of the party of personal responsibility and how they think it only applies to people that they feel are beneath them. The bottom line is that criminally minded people support criminally minded leaders.
I just love how he's a man of the people. He's real. He doesn't take no crap. Everything that's been done to him, he just keeps pushing forward and he stays strong. And he's a fighter.
Do you have any problem with his conviction? Like, if you're going to continue supporting Trump, you'll likely be voting. You'll be voting for a felon in November. Does that give you pause at all?
Not at all. Not at all. It's unjust conviction, and I full-heartedly believe that, and I'll vote for him no matter what.
What makes that one unjust if a jury of his peers, 12 of them, found him guilty on every count? There wasn't even any gray area.
Because they're just after him for anything. They'll come after him with anything they got. It's all fraud. It's all the stuff that they claim that he did. Is it really illegal like that? Like does he deserve jail time for all that crap?
Well, there's nobody saying that he's going to get jail time either. I mean, he broke the law and he was convicted. Doesn't mean he's been sentenced or is going to go to jail.
Yeah, and all these Democrats break laws every day, and where's their conviction?
Hunter Biden just got convicted last week. What do you think of that conviction?
Well, it's a little late for that. He should have been convicted a long time ago with all the crap he's done.
Well, a lot of the Democrats say Trump should have been convicted a long time ago. The point is both were convicted. Do you think that was a good conviction, the Hunter Biden one in Delaware?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a lot more that could be done for Hunter Biden.
Their extremely partisan reality has already been dictated to them. So the only way to operate is to justify every scenario with inconsistent excuses that don't require any basis in reality. And this next MAGA supporter should win a gold medal for the mental gymnastics that he shows off here. Watch this.
Everything's going to hell. So, and then you have this sham trial. This trial is bullshit.
Well,
It's the worst thing in the world. It's against the American Constitution that he been even prosecuted for what? For having a damn mistress.
well,
For
breaking the law. That's why.
what
Not about having a mistress. It would be hard to find a president who didn't, I would guess.
What law did he break? That's my question. What
Well,
law-
paying,
what law did he break?
not declaring money, paying somebody off.
Damn
I mean,
fool.
look, 34 counts, a jury of 12, unanimous on every count. I'm not advocating. I'm just talking about what's in the history books now.
It's like this. Like I said, the trial was a shame. Even the judge did illegal garbage.
What do you think of the Hunter Biden trial when he got convicted last week for a gun charge?
Yeah, he should have gotten charged. But
So why was that not a sham?
No, it's not a shame. Because,
No, I'm asking why.
because Hunter Biden was guilty of that charge. He was guilty of that charge. Plus, I mean, you having somebody that was in office making deals for a foreign country that was a cokehead, and the president just covered it up.
Well, I don't. That wasn't what he was on trial for. Nobody is saying that.